Okay, so let's go to the biggest game of the weekend, Arsenal Tottenham.
Was that the biggest game of the weekend?
Yeah, well.
Okay.
Yeah, so North London is red. And of course, Arsenal fans, as usual, social media was on fire. It was almost as if Arsenal won the league. Yes, that was the reaction that...
Okay, I think I'm going to have my say on this.
I know you're going to have
What's
your
the
say.
question?
I know you're going to have your say. So first of all, Arsenal's captain, Aubameyang, we don't know what happened or why he was late.
I know.
Okay, so please let us know
What's
happened.
the question first? Let's go to
So, so that leaving him out of the team was justified?
Did they not win the game?
I know they won the game. What if they had not won the game? I won the game.
Are you coming here? My wife don't bomb boy finish. You say, what if you not bomb boy? What's that now? You want to do a DNA test of the match results? Let's be honest. Discipline above all others.
Yeah.
I'm not a Manchester United fan. Never supported Manchester United, but I've loved so many players that played for Manchester United. I've envied them and I've wished that they played for Arsenal. I've also put Alex Ferguson as the greatest coach all time, alongside people like Marcello Lippi, some of the greatest coaches that ever graced the face of the earth. So Alex Ferguson is so good for me that I find it hard to fault anything he's done. And one of the bedrock of his coaching principles or philosophy is not even about tactics. If you talk about Alex Ferguson today, you just go 4-4-2. You don't talk about tactics, tiki-taka, or change the game or no. It's discipline, firmness, being firm, running the ship as the person who's in charge, who's the biggest kahuna of the hood, and it's always been Silas Ferguson. Mikel Arteta cannot keep condoning it. The reason why he was yanked off the starting lineup, he was already in the starting lineup, but he was yanked off before the match because he came late. This was not the first time. It's been warned. It's been told, come, you're the leader of the team. You're the captain of the team. We just gave you a new contract. You're the highest earner in this team. You should make some sacrifice. Yes, you've got issues. You've got personal issues, but then everybody's got personal issues too. So when his mother was sick, they took him off the team. Don't forget that this thing has happened before. They didn't play him, and Arsenal won 3-1 against, is it Burnley? Also, so there are matches where you look at, even it was
a 1-1 draw.
No, there was a game where they won 3-1. Everybody was saying, "No, why is Aubameyang not starting?" And Arsenal won 3-1. I don't think it's Burnley, but it's one of those games that come and goes very fast that you forget who they played against. But Aubameyang is not bigger than the team. These are some of the things that they did with Ozil that made him start feeling like he's bigger than the team. I think a coach needs to make a marker. He's not doing it because he's punishing Aubameyang. He's doing it because he wants Emily Rose Smith to realize that when you become big, there's more responsibility on you. You need to respect the badge. You need to respect the club, the fans, and everything around it. When we say meet at this time, that is the time. The boss leaves at so and so time. That's what time you should be there. Don't come at your own time, because if everybody begin to come at their own time, then honestly lies the head that wears the crown. You're a leader. You should lead by example. You shouldn't be showing the young players. There's so many young players who are really putting in their best. The best players in Arsenal right now are what's it called? Odegaard. What's his other name? Martin Odegaard, Emily Rose Smith, Bukayo Saka, Kieran Tierney, and what's again one other player. All of these are the younger set of players in the team. They are making sacrifices. They're carrying the team on their shoulder. They're doing everything. So you, as a senior player, you shouldn't be doing that. Now let's come to Arsenal fans celebrating. Before this match, there is hardly a person who gave Arsenal a chance to win this game. Let's be very honest. Spurs have been on the road. They've been scoring goals. They've been winning matches. They've been doing well. Arsenal, on the other hand, on Europa, they've been doing well. But in the league, they've not been doing well. They've not been finding a way to win matches. So it was difficult for them to sit and say, okay, Arsenal is going to win this game. And the Spurs have won some big games. They beat Man City 2-0. Earlier on in the season, they played 2-2 against Arsenal in the first leg of this match. So you look at it, yes, Spurs have not won at the Emirates since forever. Only once they've won there. But then you have a Gareth Bale and Harry Kane who love to score against Arsenal. Between the two of them, there are 24 or 26 goals between the two of them against Arsenal. So in this London derby, all time, before the Premier League era up until now, Harry Kane is the all-time highest goal scorer. He finds a way to score. Even if he's crippled with one leg, he finds a way to score. He could score from the dressing room. That's how much he is. He could decide not to train a week before the game and score. And then Arsenal started this game. The reason why, the Arsenal fans who were celebrating, and it's worth it, but I think the game ended in a very, very annoying manner. The game started, and 3 players who were supposed to lead the charge for Spurs went away. They were absent without leave. They were missing in action. Son Heung-min's name was mentioned only 4 times in the game, and the 4 times, 3 times of it was when he was injured. The other one was, when he had that run and he was going, and then, he got injured. Now, that's one. Harry Kane got mentioned twice in the first half, and then in the second half, they mentioned him. They started mentioning his name and asking if they can see him. That's what the commentator was doing. Gareth Bale got mentioned 4 times, yes, when he made the cross with his side of his foot and the rest. They really didn't come to the party, and the rest of the team. And then because Gareth Bale wasn't playing, Doherty was suffering. So Arsenal dominated that game from the start. In the first 45 minutes, that's the problem with Arsenal. They don't have the killer instinct. When you smell blood, like a tiger, a leopard, or any of the big cats, what you should do is begin to devour. If it was Man City that was playing that game yesterday, by now, Jose Mourinho would be doing a gymnastic press conference because it would have been terrible. It would have been a basketball game. But then that didn't happen. Arsenal gave them a chance to come back into the game. In the first half of that game, Arsenal should have scored 5, 6, 7 goals. But then they were not clinical. You know why? Because Uncle got missing, which is bad head. That guy that looked like Kalajaye, carried the same beers and have the same bad head like Kalajaye. Alexander Lacazette. Beautiful name, but terrible gameplay. You know, because of that, Spurs scored a very beautiful goal. Very beautiful. A very beautiful goal. But only a player from South America can take that. Can do that. I tweeted about it. Only a player from South America who's been playing the streets of some of the great nations of the world could do that. And he's done it before in the UEFA Cup game, so it's not something new. But to tread a ball through the eye of the needle reminds me of the movie Odyssey, where he tread the arrow through the eye of the needle to recapture his wife and recapture his youthfulness. The thing is, he came in, changed the game, and then Arsenal, Odegaard also did what a wonderful kid he is, did what he could do, and then, the penalty came in. There's an argument whether it was worth it or was not worth it. Everybody who argue about that, one thing I always say to them is, if I play a ball in the center circle, and you clatter into me in the manner in which that player Sanchez clattered onto Lacazette, would it be a foul? Everybody says yes. So if it's a foul outside of the 18-yard box, why is it not a foul in the 18-yard box? That's a question that's left for those who are arguing against the penalty to answer, even though Jose Mourinho himself. It's a penalty any day, anytime, and 10 times on the weekend.
He wasn't happy about it. And he said his players went into hiding.
Yeah, they did went into hiding.
And that made me to add to, I was looking at it, I was like, is it the players going to the hiding or the way Jose, structure the team to play? Because sometimes Jose's system can make the players to somehow go into hiding, like he said, because definitely his system was pack the balls, hit on the counter. This wasn't the way they played their last 4 or 5 games. They have been on an all-out attack, but yesterday we saw another different approach. And that was what made people to believe that Tottenham will win or get a draw at least yesterday. But yesterday we saw another form.
Are we not doing double standard here?
In terms of?
We just said that Paulano Achu should play in the team and get his game going. Now, a team that have Doherty, Sanchez, Odewalde, Reguilon, and then you have a midfield pair of Ndombele, who we say is one of the best midfielders for Tottenham Hotspur, and Højbjerg. And then behind them, the best player for Spurs yesterday happened to be Lucas. Now, behind them was a runner in Son. In front of Ndombele and Højbjerg is Son, Lucas, and Gareth Bale. And then up front is Harry Kane. Please, how did he pack the bus? The players just were not mobile. Yes, Arsenal took the game to them because the same formation that they played that Arsenal played. There was no difference. Arsenal took the ball, hold more control. There was more youthfulness in the Arsenal team. The combination of Emile Smith, Tierney, and Odegaard was incredible. Now, the reason why that was incredible was because Gareth Bale on the right side of Spurs was not tracking back. Without the ball, it was a rebel. He was playing against Spurs. He could not track back. There was not high press on his part. So he made Tierney, who was very, very mobile, to keep going and coming. And Emile Smith, who could play 10 games in a row, was also going and coming. So it made it very easy. And Doherty cannot really defend to save his life, like a Wan-Bissaka. Okay, like a Wan-Bissaka, who would defend. He would catch a bullet. He's the Bruno Mars of football today. He will catch a bullet. That's why I'm saying that that defender that Manchester United signed is the best defender, the best signing ever, because he's made Luke Shaw get better. So they didn't have that kind of defenders. But I don't think Jose Mourinho packed the bus. I just think that the senior players didn't show up and were counted. Just the same way players like Lacazette and that one that they brought in, Nicolas Yaya-Sanogo, came in. Yes, he gave a good pass that led to the penalty. That's the only thing he did. And then players like Thomas Partey, who ate too much Banku, they were not in the races, but Arsenal were just lucky to win the game.
Partey was playing against
Arsenal. He was playing against Asif. He was playing against Arsenal. He wanted to make sure that Spurs get the equalizer. All the free kick that threatened Arsenal was caused by him. He was just handing the ball over to them like that. And it was terrible.
Having a bad day.
Shows a bad day on the derby. What's wrong with you? Why would you be having a bad day on the derby?
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.